Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some Meta High School Rocket League action. This time, we're going to be showing you a match from South Australia as CBC is taking on MHS, also known as the Sandal Squad taking on Dexterity. I am Maximilian Thor von Neumann, also known as Formidable Casting, joined by Chris the Average, and we are underway.
Yes, we are best of three here in this South Australia Northern Territory division. We haven't seen too much of this region so far in this tournament, but definitely good to get a bit of a look into how these teams perform.
It will, and right away, this game is going a much more slower pace than what we saw earlier in today, where it was a bit more of a one-sided match. I'm seeing restraint, I'm seeing rotations, and I'm seeing two teams who might have a better grasp on the game. As we're taking a look right now, Sebastian is the one who's going to try and set it up for his team to break the lines, get into that defensive position, and they're in a good situation right now, or at least they were. They only had to get past one last defender, but that defender was Cynetic, I believe, who got a good shot that almost is able to bring it in. Sebastian making some good saves right before a good clear coming out of Big Boy, and this could be an opening actually for the orange side. Here we go, breakaway. Dirty Sandals had a chance with Cynetic. What a save!
Great save there from Cynetic, as both teams, well, they are playing a lot slower than we have seen in recent weeks. Oh no, disaster is the only word you can say there.
It's an own goal right now. Yeah, Dirty Sandals was the one who kind of put it there, but really this is just a failed clear.
Failed clear indeed here as they pull off their best moment victory impersonation, and with that, Dirty Sandals picks himself up the first goal with only a minute on the clock.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. A bit of crossfire, maybe a miscommunication right there, as once again it is CBC winning this face-off. Zeus going a little high over the ball, is unable to clear successfully, and again, kind of taking that ball right in front of the goal. I'm not so sure about the positioning for CBC, but this does open up a chance right now for CBC. I had my teams a little bit confused right there. It's MHS, whose clearing has been a little questionable, going to the sky right now. Unfortunately, no connection on that aerial shot, which should mean a clear for CBC. Fortunately, Haku is there to keep the ball grounded and into the center field of play.
As I was saying earlier, this is definitely a slower type of game that we're seeing, especially compared to the past few weeks where we've been seeing really active, really high-scoring games. This is obviously what you expect once we progress through the Swiss system bracket. We'll be seeing a lot more even teams as MHS able to clear it out once again, but
yeah, oh, that's a shot. Oh, good save right there by Cynetic. Cynetic has been making a lot of clutch saves so far this game.
Yeah, definitely performing well on the defensive here as almost gets a shot off, but unfortunately blocks it for himself. As we are all but halfway through this game, it's going to be MHS now on attack. They'll get center, but Sebastian able to clear it out.
Yeah, it was a good center right there, but unfortunately no one had the aerial prowess to follow it up right now. Good rotating defense coming out of CBC. Notice how there's always one or two people behind the ball. They're not giving away any sort of breakaway goals. They're keeping the rotation there, and now let's see if they can keep that sort of momentum on the attack. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. Sebastian was playing a bit too far back. He's playing on the goal right now. That's sort of a vulnerable position. Near a goal from Cynetic. If it had just been a little bit to the left, that would have gone in. That said, Big Boy Jimmy helps centering it right now. Unfortunately, no one's there to follow up, and this should be the clear. Haku going for a deep shot from midfield. Not going to find that goal.
Just couldn't find the right angle there, and that will go wide on the mark as Cynetic lines up again, but Sebastian able to clear it out.
Yeah, this is actually starting to look pretty dire right now for MHS. 2 minutes left to go. Yes, they're on the offensive, but they got to get one more goal to take it to overtime. Big Boy Jimmy has an open net. Good save by Cynetic, able to just tap it, but Dirty Sandals is there with the aerial shot going a little bit too high. Rebounds off the backboard, but no one is there to follow it up, so it should be cleared.
Yeah, no backboard pressure there for CBC, meaning that goal will go wanting. But with a minute 40 left, it's going to be all up to MHS now to get the next goal here.
That's a goal!
Yeah, it is. Dirty Sandal just lines it up, and it's a beautiful goal there. Zeus tries to clear off the backboard, but Sebastian able to line it up off to the right of his screen, and then Dirty Sandals just comes in, gets a nice little shot into the center, and that's 2-0 CBC.
What a shot off that crossbar by Dirty Sandals. That angle was perfect, but this time it is MHS on the offensive. They need to get 2 goals, and they need to get them quickly. Only about a minute and a half left in this one, and if they can't take into overtime, they will find themselves a game down. But look at that defense coming out of CBC. Like, there's always 2 people behind. They're always keeping themselves in that right position, keeping the ball in front of them. That said, though, another opportunity unfortunately goes a little bit too high for MHS. Ball is centered. Cynetic has a chance for the shot, but it is a bit disrupted. Zeus trying for that hard angle, unfortunately is unable to get it, and this should be an opportunity right now for that orange side to get the clear. Cynetic though saying no, keeping that offensive pressure on, but is unable to get it centered past 3 members strong on the orange side. Yeah, all of a sudden, orange is on the offensive, and with 1 minute left, a goal could end this. Big boy Jimmy was trying to do it all himself, unfortunately find himself a little short right now. The defense is in position. Sebastian with a good shot, unfortunately is disrupted by Cynetic on that aerial.
Is upset there, but with 4 seconds remaining, this could be a shot.
Big dirty Sandals getting it through. Big boy Jimmy had that assist, and it is an easy goal for the Sandal Man.
And that is a triple for him as well, as Big Boy Jimmy goes well. His shot will go just a little bit wide, but as we keep seeing from CBC, a lot of good positioning from him, and Dirty Sandals perfectly lined up there to get the recover shot. With that, This is game 1, all but done and dusted.
Yeah, unless a miracle play can happen out of MHS, and Cynetic wants to make it so, getting 1 quick goal. There's still 30 seconds left. There is still a game.
Still is, but this feels all but a consolation, as a very tight line to get that in. A good little gavel shot there from Cynetic, but 30 seconds remaining. They need to find 2 to draw, 3 to win. It's going to be a very tough challenge, especially with CBC able to keep the ball in the attacking third for long periods of time.
Yes, we are hitting our final 30 seconds. Haku had a chance to get on the offensive. Unfortunately, comes up just short in that duel. A good little pop, though, from Cynetic. Dirty Sandals is down, so they have a small window of a power play, yet the ball almost went in. Unfortunately, I believe that was Big Boy. He went a little too high. Dirty Sandals now has a chance to clear it. Doesn't quite make connection. All of a sudden, you have a long shot, a desperation shot that goes just high. And with that, it should be game 1 going in favor of CBC as the final seconds count down. No more cheeky goals, though that aerial shot did get close. In the end, it is 1-0 CBC.
And a good win there from CBC. Definitely the better team in that performance. Obviously, we saw that interesting own goal there with MHS failing to clear, and that pretty much set the pace of the game. We saw CBC just take the lead continually, always in the attacking third, and especially Dirty Sandals. Props to him. A good little trifecta there. Will mean that they get the 1-0 lead heading into game 2.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit more disciplined play coming out of CBC in that game. They were always in the correct positioning, having 1 or 2 people behind the ball so you don't give up that breakaway. The only goal actually going against them was Cynetic's crazy angled shot. And I want to put more attention onto Cynetic as well. I feel he has been the shining light for this blue side, for MHS. He has made some amazing plays, some amazing saves. Unfortunately, the team just hasn't been quite in the right position to sort of follow them up. I think a bit more communication, a bit more map awareness almost, knowing where you are on the pitch in comparison to the ball, and MHS could bring this one back.
Yeah, they can bring him back. Cynetic was definitely the hero for the blue side, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. He was doing a lot of good saves, but in saying that, in Rocket League, you need your whole team to perform, and if they're not in the right position, or if they can't even get a good clear out, then that game quickly turns.
Dirty Sandals on the rebound. That's an easy goal. And that's what we were just saying, the positioning.
And look at this. Hoki he goes to the shot, misses it, and then Cynetic has to go up, can't connect, and Dirty Sandals with his 4th in a row. Yeah, that was just bad positioning there from MHS, as will be CBC taking another early advantage.
Cynetic, again, trying to get that clear. Unfortunately, just missing it, which does mean that CBC should be on the offensive side. Big boy Jimmy trying to make a big boy play, and there's your goal.
And the streak of Dirty Sandals goals is now but over, as Big boy Jimmy just freestyling there a little bit, as he gets a nice little twirl to the land on the top side, goes straight into the goals, and if they keep doing stuff like this, then dominance is assured, and a 2-0 will be in the bag.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried right now about MHS's mental state, as if that's just too easy. Dirty Sandals getting yet another goal, his 5th of the series.
5 out of 6 goals, or 5 out of 7 goals, sorry. That is pretty darn impressive if you ask me. Dirty Sandals just dominating the scoreboard, and, well, what can MHS do? They were valiant for the most part in the first map, but in game 2, they've fallen by the wayside completely.
Well, I mean, just right there, we saw Haku almost overcommit right there, trying to make the play. I feel as if they're getting desperate, and they're not, like, falling back and staying calm, going to the fundamentals of the game. They need to keep things calm, keep the ball in front of them, not take these crazy risks, wait for the opening, and then strike. I think you have to also play around Cynetic as well. He is definitely the star of this MHS squad. Try and set him up to make the plays. As Zeus actually goes up high, connects with the aerial, a bit of a center right now. Sebastian, it gets over his head, but unfortunately, there's no follow-up on there this time around, and it should lead to an easy clear for CBC.
Another thing I want to point out here is just MHS, obviously apart from Cynetic, they don't really have a lot of positional control over the map. I mean, we are seeing Cynetic, we're seeing Cynetic just being everywhere at once, while Zeus and Hoki, they're really just, they're around every now and again, but they're pretty passive in this play.
I think Zeus actually has been trying to make a more of conceded effort this second game around. I've seen him step up a bit more, but unfortunately already down 3 goals and with an empty net, it was an overcommit, and the blue side is in trouble. Cynetic is fortunately able to kind of put it away, but a big aerial shot coming out of Sebastian, I believe that was. No, it was Big Boy Jimmy. It does not connect, however. Back to midfield we go.
Yeah, back to midfield here, but
there's a shot, Big Boy.
Very easy shot for him there. Then that was actually well played by the CBC squad here. Let's look at the replay. Sebastian just lines it up. And then Big Boy Jimmy styling once again. He's been watching their freestyle videos, this man. As they go 4-0, this game could almost be over already.
Yeah, I don't want to call it over just yet, but just watching from that replay, the team cohesion, the setup, the execution, it feels as if that CBC is just playing at another level right now. And if they can keep this up, they should be looking at an easy win. Again, overcommitting coming out of the blue side, leaves an open net. Fortunately, Cynetic is there to pop Big Boy Jimmy with that demolish. It should stop this attack, or at least delay it. Dirty Sandals, what a goal! You can seal the force from that one.
We talk about the air game a lot here in Rocket League, but you always has to be good on the ground as well, and Dirty Sandals, perfect there as, well, I don't know what the hell MHS is doing, just double stacking the near post, but it works out perfectly for Dirty. He's able to line the ball in pretty easily, and he gets himself another goal. I'm pretty sure that's his fifth for this game, if I'm not mistaken.
It's definitely his, I believe it's his 4th this game, and Cynetic is able to stop it. Big Boy Jimmy did get one, I know for sure.
Fifth game. Fifth game, 6th for the series.
Yeah, it's been rough, definitely, right now for this blue side. I think they've had a little bit of a mental boom right now. They're overcommitting on things that they weren't overcommitting on in the first game. They're being a little bit too desperate to make plays, and that's why every time you sort of look back towards the blue half of the map, all you see is an empty net with no cars around, and Cynetic this time actually making an uncharacteristic miss on the clear. It's just not looking good as we are approaching 2 minutes left in this game. Haku is looking for that opening to try and keep this offense going, but goes a little bit short just under the ball. Cynetic trying to make that miracle play, gets past one defender. Can he get past the next two? No, Dirty Sandals is able to steal it right back from him, and there is actually a bit of a distant shot. There's no one on defense. If this ball goes in, big save by Zeus.
That ball was just a bit too slow there to go into the goals. Nice start there from Zeus just to keep it out. But yeah, when they're playing this desperately, most teams do forget about the goals. They just want to go on the attack and try and find something to work with. And most of the time, they just find a shot over. It doesn't work, and CBC, well, they just come in and
big boy.
It's like that.
Big Boy almost got in. That was actually amazing defense by Haku. But the thing is, they have to go offensive now. Before I was critical of the overaggression, they kind of need it. With a minute 20 left and needing 5 goals, they have to get something almost like dangerous going. Cynetic trying to get that clearance. A good pass to Zeus. Passing it back to Cynetic. Unfortunately, goes a bit behind him. Doesn't matter though. Zeus is able to stay on the offensive, but Sebastian was there to help clear. Big Boy Jimmy trying to line himself up for a shot. He's going to be going to the sky. Good defense by Cynetic right there. Able to stop that initial attack. Actually, that was Haku. That was a good save by Haku. Cynetic's the one setting up for the goal. Got past one, but it cannot get past the Big Boy Jimmy. Haku with the follow-up. Oh, just a little bit to the left. I feel like it's just always so close, but not quite there for MHS.
Yeah, they're getting close to these shots, but it's never enough, as another shot there goes landing for CBC, but they have enough goals already. They don't really need too many more, but 30 seconds remaining here. Yeah, it's just been disastrous for MHS this game. They've definitely gone for the big mental boom, and it shows on the scoreboard and in their defense. It's been all but lacking in this game, and they'll fall out 0-2.
I mean, it was strong this last 2 minutes. Haku has especially stepped up and is starting to make connection with some of these aerial saves. However, it's that case of being too little too late as we are counting down our final 10 seconds right now. Zeus trying to get one desperation goal but cannot get past the 3 men strong of CBC, and that will be your game 5-0 in favor of the Sandal Squad.
5-0, 8-1 in the entire series. This is dominance in every sense of the word here from CBC. Obviously, not the dominance we saw in games like week one, but still, it's pretty done good stuff here from CBC, especially in that second game where they punished MHS for nearly every mistake they made, especially in the first 3 minutes.
I think what's almost a little bit frustrating for MHS is the disappearance of Cynetic. He was so integral to their like successes that MHS was having in game one, but game two he almost became a non-factor. And the reason why I'm saying that's unfortunate is because that final half of the second game, Haku and Zeus started to step up. If you took a look at the stats, I'm not sure if you can see it on stream right now, but like they each have multiple saves. They each were making those defensive plays, but they weren't able to get those successful clears. They weren't able to get that offense going, and that was where Cyanic I thought was the stronger player offensively. He just didn't have a chance to get going that second game around.
The problem is, especially with what we saw from MHS, is if you rely on one player, in this case Cynetic, and he has a bit of an off game, well, you don't really have a lot of attacking opportunities. And we just see that with their score. Only one shot in the entire game. They had a few extra opportunities here and there, but it was their offense was really lacking compared to CBC's. So
Yeah, in the end, though, you have to give credit where credit is due. CBC, I feel, played very cohesively as a team. I think their attack was strong. They had the stronger aerial game as well because it was essentially two people in the air versus one Cynetic. Yeah, he could get up there sometimes, but it just wasn't as consistent as what we saw out of CBC. Their defense was always strong. Whenever they were on their half of the pitch, there was always at least two people behind the ball. Just more of a complete squad coming out with those sandals.
definitely, they'll progress in the Swiss bracket now. Meanwhile, for MHS, they do fall down a rung, but they have to be quick as well because it's only a short season here, only a couple of weeks left. I'm pretty sure only two after today, and then we're into tiebreakers, and then straight after that into the playoffs. So teams
Yeah,
definitely have to start lifting now.
exactly. Now is when games become much more clutch if you want to have a serious run in making it to your state finals. On that note, though, there are still many weeks to come, much Rocket League action in the future. I have been formal. I have been joined by Chris the Average, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Bye bye.